really phenomenal playing. Great. Really. Have you performed the whole piece?
No, not yet. I've just learned it this year.
Good. Yeah, it's quite an experience to play. I don't want to change my tuning because then it screws. But that's why I stopped playing it, because it's just. But anyway, I love the piece and you play beautifully. You know, there's. First, I want, just before we work a little bit, you said it's a newer piece for you. Do you know what year it was written?
I should.
What?
1940s?
No.
Earlier, 1980s or something.
No. Okay, now don't get embarrassed, because the better the cellist is, the less they know. I find. So it's okay. I mean, you're playing, again, whatever I'm going to say now, you play great, but somehow I knew that you wouldn't. But do you know the opus number of this piece?
Still no.
Where do you go to school?
I go to the New England Conservatory.
You see, I'm in the best school, I'm in the best class. What opus is it? So, curiosity, my friend. I'm not saying you are in the best. I also went to NEC. Doesn't matter. Be curious. Be curious. What the hell are you playing? You know, you're a phenomenal cellist, but I sit here and I hear the same. It's great. It's amazing. It's like you take huge jar of ice cream and say, eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, breakfast. Okay, enough. How would you create variety or a story if you have no idea? Now, again, I'm not, because I know it. Trust me, I've done it for a long time, and I'm not kidding. The better you are, the less you ask the questions. So why do I need to know the opus? I mean, forget about, I hated music history. I hate it with all my heart. Memorize, forget. Memorize, forget. No, it's terrible, terrible. However, you start the piece, you know, sorry, I'm not going to tune it. Where are you? So let me ask you, I asked you the opus, you didn't know. The year, you didn't know. The country, where are we? Hungary, okay. I'm serious, like if you look outside the window now, if you're Kodaly, what do you see? Have you ever Google image any place in Hungary, not let alone where those melodies come from? Have you been in Hungary? No. Okay, fine, that's fine. If you Google image Budapest, let alone the villages, Budapest, have you in your life? Like, look, you guys cannot live without an iPhone. I know. Usually when I do this with my students, actually I take it to another level because they don't know. So I tell them, count out loud. And it's usually 20 seconds for me to Google the piece I play to give you all the answers. 20 seconds of your life. The only thing is to be curious. So I always tell my students, I don't care what it is, I need 10 points about the piece. Whatever you want. He was gay, he was this, I don't care. So you know what they do? They come the next lesson with 10 points. It's opus 8. Okay, Hungary, blah, 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 blah. Okay, great, we find a story, they play well. 3 months go by, and they play Brahms Sonata. When was it written? Oh, I forgot to Google it, sorry. And then I tell them, let's go and have coffee now because I just failed as a teacher. Because I could not teach you to be curious. If you leave this room, by the way, and you're not curious about this piece, I also failed. I mean, it's a nice kind of comedy, and no, you need to know it because there's no variety in your playing. I mean, what is folk music? What is Hungarian folk music? So I would suggest for you, if it's opus 8, I would suggest for you to know what is opus 7 and also what is opus 9. What went in his mind when he had this commission? You probably know that he went to villages to record. Have you ever seen the machine he used? I mean, I'm curious. It's like we're recording on an iPhone a lesson. Do you know what he had to carry? I mean, do you know how curious he was to actually put it on record, like to carry this humongous thing to the... Do you know how they looked like, these people, when they danced? You know how, I mean, what do they wear? Like, if you close your eyes, what do they wear in your mind when you start playing it? It's really important because I don't hear it in your playing. I hear phenomenal cello playing. Okay? So, I mean, that leads me to the first technical question. Why do you do it here? Are you imitating a folk instrument? Is it a folk instrument? Why here? And I hear 4 strings when you play it. Written 1, I hear 4. I mean, maybe there's a reason which I would love to hear, argue, and maybe buy it from you if I'm convinced. But I need a reason. If a cellist it's like, wow, he's a phenomenal cellist. That's the impression. Is it 1 note or 4 notes? Okay, can I hear it once the way he wrote it? Like it or not, we discuss later. Yeah, okay, good. No, it's really good. When you play the first chord, I hear a lot of noise. Can you try to play one pa pa pa, just a chord, and then when you play taga taga da pam, to really hear 4 notes, clean. What in the best scenario world? What would you do the 4 notes like? Where in the bow?
I would do it here.
Okay, so now we're playing a curiosity game. What if the piece would be, actually would be, we are not going to play like this, but we have to imagine something. We cannot just, yeah, so let's do this. Can you try? Well, no, cleaner. Just tagadugudappa, tagadugudappa. Good. Now, what dynamic are you playing?
It's supposed to be piano.
Oh, it's piano. Oh, interesting. So it's like, Kodaly, you're good, but I'm better.
No,
No, I don't understand where it comes from. Well, really. Why? Why not doing what he wrote? And then you say, you know, I don't like it. Okay, but can you do it first? Or can you ask yourself, why did you write this forte? And then, I mean, does it create a different character? Does he want this, oh, I'm great cellist? Or is he looking for something, for a certain melody? It's a dance, but it's piano. So what if you try to do, but you do it with the open strings, but here, piano, really? Now, you're alone on stage. Nobody's going to cover you. You can play real piano for the first time as a cellist. You can actually play piano. We will hear you. Try. No, no, no. Twam, twam. Don't bang. Do you have crescendo there? No? Yes? No? Do you know? You don't know?
it's only.
I don't know. I'm not playing the piece. Where's the? Do you even have the music here?
I do.
Oh, you okay? Yeah, there's a crescendo to that. But then it goes back to piano. Goes back to piano. Now, when you play let's jump to the pizzicato. What instrument are you imitating? Don't tell me harp, because it's not. Are you imitating an instrument? Is it the same impression as Elgar? Is it?
No.
What are you imitating? You're an actor. Instead of English, it's music. If Tom Cruise would have a movie and he would be a Hungarian character, wouldn't he go and learn what it means, what clothes he has to wear, what accent he has to speak, what kind of behavior? So, what the hell are you imitating here, and what dynamic is it? Is it, I'm so great, cellist, don't you think? Don't you think? No, I am even better. Can you really try to play pianissimo? And now you have to investigate. If you want, I mean, it's already like if you have an audition, you will pass the first round. Fine. But I'm not talking about them or about the price. I'm talking about the joy of doing this hard profession that you're entering. Don't you want to enjoy it more? Forget about us. Ask the questions because it's more interesting for you. Trust me, we will enjoy it much more, for sure. But you will have answers. To try to play it now. And imagine a folk, you can because you haven't seen it, but a folk guitar like with 2 strings and a poor peasant person playing it at the end of the day, even though it was such a hard day in work in the fields, but then he has music and alcohol. So it's just and he sits there in the corner and he's happy because he has music. Try. It's really soft. Do it for yourself, not for us. Shh. No. Okay, now I'm asking you to play in the forbidden zone for cellist. Can you do the pizz here? No. Almost touching your left hand finger. It's okay, your teacher, is it Larry Lesser your teacher? He's in Korea, it's fine. do it here. Do it here. Shh. Shh. Yeah, make diminuendo. Lam pam 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 pam. Go up, go. So do. Up. Yes. Different spot. Crescendo. No, you have crescendo to forte. Lam pim pam 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 pigadaga digam. Yeah. Do you know? Have you ever heard the word Egan? Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm originally from New York City. My family's South Korean.
South Korean. Okay. So I'm from Israel. So unfortunately, because we're all actors, people start associating like, oh, you play Jewish music. You just play. You can. No, I also have to play Brahms. I don't think, even though my wife is German, that only Germans should play Brahms. Don't you agree? So how would we know? Because it's a language. I mean, he has vowels and consonants in German. Don't speak German, but learn the emphasizes of the language. Yeah, Clara is very German. But that's very different than Egan. Hungarian language is tira. So when you play, it's all over the place. Yeah. So twam pam tagadiga digam lagadiga digam. It's not tam tam tagadiga didam tagadiga. That's Brahms. Hungarian tam tam wagadiga digam wagadiga digam. Yeah, that's the nature of the music. Besides the accent that you didn't do, you have to understand the emphasis of the language. Yeah. So try to do it again with this playing, and then crescendo physically crescendo to here. And then play with an emphasis on a beat that you as Korean or American and I'm an Israeli are not comfortable with. It's not our text. It's not our text. We're delivering a text of Hungarian person to the audience. No. Start. Rom, pom, 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 pim, pom, pom, pom. Go. Yeah. Really soft. Softer. Go. No. You do tagadiga di da, lagadiga di dam, tagadiga di dam. Yeah, this should be on the D string, the whole thing. I mean, again, it's written in the music. Like he's looking, now if it's written, say like, screw you, you're dead. I'll play it on A, it's in tune. But then you become curious. Why in the world he wants it on D string? What is he, do you have diminuendo there? But do you have crescendo? Do you have? I mean, he's asking you. He's asking you to go there, but on the D string, to struggle to it, and he's looking for a certain color. So, have you ever tried it on D string? So can you try it once? Slow, slow. Yeah, T. No, it's here. Yeah, you play the whole thing here. That's what he wrote. That's what he wrote. So it's pretty cool, I think, to get that color, and it goes along with everything I conveyed to you in this lesson. So whatever I said is not to embarrass you, not to make you feel bad. And by the way, don't ever play to Larry Lesser like this and tell him I told you. Just had to mention it before the end of the lesson. But I only say this because I think if you want to enter that next level of artistic expression, you have to you have to do your homework. You have to want to ask those questions. You really need to go home and say, like, what the hell am I playing? Like, by the way, do you know all the other pieces he wrote for cello? Anybody know how many pieces Kodaly wrote for us? I mean, he wrote this. This is Opus 8, Opus 4. Opus 4, do you know the duo for cello and violin? There's a great duo, cello and violin, yeah? But when did he write the duo? Who did he write it for? Who is the cellist that he worked? I know, we know the Starker edition. Yes, of course. Who was the cellist he had in mind? Like he said, I want that sound. Who was the violinist for the duo? There's a sonata for cello and piano. So don't go and play it. No, that's too much. But Spotify it, YouTube it. I mean, those are the same. I mean, he was obviously enchanted by cello in his early opuses. Like, not just Opus 8. Like, the whole thing is cello. Was he in love with somebody? I mean, was it a secret love? Was he cheating on his wife? Was he married even? Did he have kids? But I don't know. Every bit of information will help you to start this piece in a better, convincing way. Thank you.